very pleased and very thankful for everything we've done.
Yep. We thank the good Lord every day.
I first noticed the semi crossed over 81, completely blocking the southbound lane and about 3/4 blocking the northbound lane. And I didn't see Adrian's car right away. As I got closer, I noticed that there was a car pinned underneath the back of the semi. So, of course, hit the hazards and strobe lights and tried to position my vehicle in a way to protect that car. And there was 2 other people on scene. The driver of the semi was totally hysterical. He was not making much sense. And then there was an older gentleman that come up behind, and I'd asked if anybody could call 911. And he had stated that he thought that the young lady was dead. He then shouted at me to call 911. So I did and told him I needed advanced life support and the jaws of life, along with some traffic control.
Being extracted from my house is the one that I mainly remember because I was really awake when the firemen had to be called and extract me from my house because I got really small doors. And my first incident, I was 318 pounds and they had to carry me out. And that's my experience in the middle of winter. I mean, they were there. They were there. Well, I had stroke, and then I had a heart attack. And I woke up from the heart attack when I happened to have a neighbor that was an EMT that came over and gave me a nitro pill. And I woke up. And she was taking care of me, and then the girls all came from Lake Norden here, and they just took control.
And it would be so nice if we could get a few more people to join our squad. There's always the chance that somebody might not be available for a call, and the more people we have that are available, the more likely we're going to have that call covered. So we need your help.
So we've had a few different instances where we had to call the Lake Norden ambulance. First one was I totaled my car hitting a deer. They came, and there was even ones who came in their personal rigs who lived closer and did a lot of stuff before the ambulance was able to make it. And then one of my sons fell off of our garage roof, and the ambulance came and brought him to Watertown. And then also a year ago, my 5-year-old boy crashed his dirt bike, and the ambulance was out. They only had one. It was right after the fire of the fire hall that burnt down, and they lost a lot of their rigs. So lots of them came in personal rigs and helped take care of everything, and everyone was very comforting and helpful. And made it, I mean, it was a very hard time, but they made it much easier for me.
When we're paged out to a call, it doesn't matter if it's something minor or something very traumatic. Each patient gets our full attention, care, and respect, and you know you're helping. And sometimes it's just emotional support, but you're there if they need you.
We have a great service. I love the people we work with. If you're considering becoming an EMT, I will take you. It's such a good asset to have in our rural community. It's very rewarding just to be able to help those in need, and it's also very humbling at the same time.
I went up and assessed Adrian, and she was still moving involuntarily, moving all of her limbs. Her head was pinned. Top of the vehicle was cut off. And other vehicles were sliding into the semi on the opposite side. And there was some that had piled up behind my work truck. And I just remember assessing her. She still had a heartbeat. She wouldn't respond, of course, to my commands, but she did squeeze my hand with one side of her body. But when people started showing up, we were able to get her out on a backboard. And with the help of other departments, it was a very good team effort. between the fire department, Badger Fire Department, and Arlington Ambulance that showed up to help. All in all, that's how the call went down, and we did what we were trained to do. And I know I got choked up at she was one of the first better calls I had with one of the good outcomes, and that is another reason why I'm still in this, because the few that you can help and turn around, hate to use the word save, but maybe it's save. There could be more that need our help, so that's why I'm still here.
My request was when our way to Sioux Falls was, all I ever want to do is this right here. One more time, because we didn't know what was going to happen. I'm still holding it today. So, yep. They were wonderful. They did a fantastic job. Very professional, and saying some of them kept in touch with us at this time, and Adrian has become friends with some of them, lifelong friends, and yeah, they're angels on earth. So
I came from a nursing background. That's kind of my training, and so I never really knew if I had to go get my EMT or how that works as to how I can run on the ambulance as compared to in the hospital. And so I just kind of reached out, and then they took me on, and you go on a lot of like training runs, and then by the end you're kind of trained and ready to go. And so there was a lot of unknowns first, but through the training process I kind of figured out what my role would be and how I can help them.
Always intrigued me to get into EMS, because I know it was a need rurally in the smaller populated areas. The need is getting worse for people to cover the areas of the rural state of South Dakota. And it doesn't seem like people want to volunteer or dedicate the time to do it. If you are up for a challenging and rewarding sideline or ways to spend your idle time, this would be the place to do it, to help others that need your help. If you're ever up for a challenge, it's good to challenge one's mind. This can be very challenging and rewarding at the same time. If you're a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, this is for you, and you never know who you're going to help today or tomorrow.
If I was a young man, I'd be volunteering, but I don't think my old body could help. I'm still here. And I think the times that they have come to take me and rescue me, I mean, I think it's 5 times we're at right now. 3 of them I remember, and a few of them I don't, but they took care of me. I mean, and it's all volunteer. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have my grandkids now. I wouldn't have my family yet. So, I mean, I appreciate it, what they've done for me.
There's probably a great chance that Adrian wouldn't be here today if we didn't have those volunteers and just wonderful people that can go out and take time out of their lives and truly saved her. So.
Yep. And for those that are watching, we haven't got to say thank you to a lot of them. Thank you. Very few people can probably do that type of work, but if you believe it's in your heart, at least look into it. Do some investigation, talk to the people that are on board and try to get some stories. And if you're thinking about it, it's one of those things, don't wait. It's so important, so important.